thought I'd show you for Easter. Again, I have nothing else to do but bake, watch TV, watch TV, and watch TV. So I'm baking a cake for Easter. I've never baked this cake before. It's actually a Bundt cake. I love Bundt cakes. I have a love-hate relationship with the pan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what happens today. Okay, so I'm making a lemonade Bundt cake. Perfect for Easter, perfect for spring. And I've never made this before, so we'll see what happens. I made cake, but not this particular cake. Okay, first and foremost, preheat your oven to 350. You're gonna preheat that. And this cake is in 3 stages. You're gonna do the cake, and then you're gonna do a lemon glaze, and then you're gonna ice the cake. So we're in step 1. We are going to prepare the dough for the cake, bake it, and then I'll be back to show you how to lemon glaze it and then lemon icing. So it's gonna be a really lemony cake. This cake also asks for lemon zest. I don't have lemon zest, so we're gonna do it without, and I'm sure it'll be great. If not, it doesn't matter if we're the one that's eating it. So, okay, first and foremost, we're going to combine the dry ingredients. Before that, let me do the ingredients. Okay, for the cake, you'll need 3 cups of flour. You will need 2 tisps of baking powder. You'll need 2 sticks of room temperature butter, so you can cream it in your mixer. You'll need 2 cups of white sugar, 1 tisp or teaspoon, tisp, so what I call it, of salt, 3 room temperature eggs, 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. This is the star of the cake. This is the star. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and you'll need 1 cup of milk for the batter. For the lemon glaze, you'll need 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/4 of a cup of the lemon juice. I might tweak that a little bit because it might be too sweet. So as we go along, as we get to the glaze part, we'll see how that goes. Lemon icing is just simple. 2 cups of powdered sugar, and you need to sift the powdered sugar, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I might add a little bit of milk in that glaze to, sometimes when you make a lemon cake, which I have done before, and I've had lemon cake before, but someone else has made it, it can be overpowering. You want to have the lemon flavor, but you don't want it to be like so bad that you can't taste it. So I might cut in some milk on the icing to kind of, I don't know, decrease that lemon flavor just a little bit. Okay, so those are the ingredients. So right now we're going to make the cake. So we're going to mix the dry ingredients. You need 3 cups of flour. And as you know me, I spoon in my flour because I don't scoop it out, so I can get a very consistent measuring. This is a 1.5 cup measuring spoon, so I just need 2 cups of these. I got new measuring cups and measuring spoons, and I love them. And I've never seen a 1.5 cup measuring spoon or cup, so I was happy. Okay, so all right, and pour that into your sifter. All right, there's your flour. Put that aside. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. When you bake, there's a secret. I love my little secrets that I give. When you are baking, it's different from cooking. When you are baking, you really do need to follow the recipe. Unless you're very, like you've made it like 1,000 times and you know sometimes you can tweak your own recipe, like I do my cookies. I haven't made this particular cake before, so I am going to follow the recipe for the cake. For the frosting, you can play around for a little bit. But if you ever watch cooking shows, and we kind of do a lot, our favorite is Nailed It on Netflix. They never follow the recipe, ever. Follow the recipe. So we're gonna set that aside, and then we're gonna add our wet ingredients. Okay, so you're going to take 2 sticks of butter that have been at room temperature. And you're gonna cream that with 2 cups of sugar. You can scoop out your sugar. Oh, 1. It's hard being left-handed in a right-handed world. Do it. Okay, there we go. And you're going to add with this, and usually I add the salt to my dry ingredients. Come on. Come on. Do I have to have Ash to do this? I can't open the salt. Ah! All right, 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I usually put it in my dry, but they were saying to add it to the sugar and the butter. So 1 teaspoon of salt, and make sure it's 1 teaspoon. You don't want this to be salty. All right, so you're gonna cream the sugar, the salt and cream the sugar and salt and butter right now, until it gets all incorporated and creamy. And then you're going to add your eggs one at a time until it's all incorporated, one at a time on the eggs. And then you're going to add the lemon juice and the vanilla. Okay, that looks good. So one at a time. One at a time, the eggs. 1/4 cup of lemon juice and a teaspoon of vanilla. That looks good. All right, pour that all in there. And your vanilla. Again, I don't ever measure my vanilla. You can just eye a teaspoon. Yep, that looks good. All right. It just splashed me. Let's go slow. Smells good. So we're going to make sure that gets all mixed together. And then when that does, I'll scrape down the bowl. And then we're going to add the dry ingredients alternated with the cup of milk. So I add the dry ingredients and then mix it in, add a little bit, mix it in. I'll show you. It's alternating. You can do it all at once. I never do that. I never ever do that because the flour can go all over the place. Milk can go all over. You just take it slow. When you bake cakes, you gotta be patient. Especially a bundt cake. Gotta be patient with that bundt cake pan. It really does hate me. Okay. Scooping in the dry ingredients. There we go. And then I'm gonna slowly add in some milk. Grab my pan, and another secret well, first of all, there's two more secrets, and the first one is you gotta have love. Always have love when you bake and cook, always. And the second is with the bundt pan. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. It's beautiful, it's pretty. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. The last time I made a bundt pan was on Christmas Eve, and you have to be patient because you have to let it cool. And when you don't let it cool, I was busy, it was Christmas Eve. It was in the morning, I was busy, had a lot to do, and I got it out of the oven, I let it cool not very long, and I went to, it was my own fault. I didn't let it I didn't let it cool long enough. And it ruined, and so I had to throw it away, and We didn't have bundt cake that day because I didn't make another one. So a secret to a bundt cake, to make sure that it comes out, and maybe people don't have issues with bundt cakes and they never have issues, that's great. Me, just depends. So you want to get all, you scrape down the sides, maybe. Okay. So the secret to the bundt pan is lightly grease it, lightly flour. Let it cool as much, you know, they say 10 minutes, but take a knife and score it around to loosen and then dump it. Another secret is I take, once my cake gets out of the oven, I put it in the car and I drive out to the woods and I do a dance around it and I pray to the cake gods that it'll come out right. And then we drive home and pray that the cake gods heard me, and we can have a nice bundt cake. All right, then it goes in the oven on 350 for 50 minutes or until you insert either like a toothpick or a knife into the center and it comes out clean. So about 45 minutes, test it, because you don't ever want to over bake a cake ever. So at 45 minutes, go check it. If it's done, then take it out. All right, in it goes. And we're gonna set the timer. I'm gonna set it for 45 so I can check it. And we'll be back for the glaze. Okay, so the cake is done. It did cook for 50 minutes. I checked it at 45 just to make sure, but it wasn't done. So 50 minutes, that's the magic number. This is what it looks like. I didn't have, you know, because of the quarantine, I couldn't drive out to the woods to pray over it. So I'm gonna flip this off camera because according to my daughter, I'm a wimp. But I'm gonna show you how to make the glaze while this is still cooling. Please flip. Okay. The glaze is a half a cup of sugar. Let me check. Yes, a half a cup of sugar. And put it in a microwave safe bowl because it's gonna go in the microwave for a minute. And 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Put that in. Stir it around. I'm just gonna take the bottom of the spoon. And you're gonna microwave it for a minute, but after 30 seconds, you're gonna stir it and then heat it up again for another 30 seconds. Once the cake is flipped, you're gonna take a toothpick, or we have like one of these wooden skewers. You're gonna poke holes all over the cake. And then you're gonna brush on, and I'll show you how to do it. You're gonna brush on the glaze. And that's gonna, in the holes, it's gonna like go right into the cake. And then you're gonna put the frosting on, and that's it. And if your cake doesn't come out of the bundt pan, then throw it away and go cry in your closet. All right, so in the microwave, I'm just gonna do 30 seconds, stir 30 seconds. Okay, so you need your sifter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and maybe some milk, I don't know. It might not. Ashton and I tasted a little bit of the cake. It has a lemon flavor. It's now overpowering. It's really refreshing. It's really good. Okay. 1, 2. And 3 tablespoons of lemon. I hope this is enough. If not, I have another one, don't worry. This is a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. Okay, so that's 2 tablespoons plus 1. Oh no! Well, I just messed up. You gotta sift it first. Oh work? Hold on. Oh yeah, the lemon juice just went right in it. It worked. You're supposed to sift it first, then add it. Oh my gosh. Well, don't do what I did and make sure it's sifted or not. And add your 3 tablespoons of lemon. And then we're going to whisk it together. Where did I get my whisk? And I'll taste it, and we'll see if I need to add some milk to it. Oh, it's kind of thick. Okay, I'm going to add a little splash of milk to get that thin. I think I lost a little bit of the lemon juice when I made that. Just a splash. There we go. That's what you want. So my suggestion for the frosting of this cake is either cut back on the lemon juice. Instead of doing 3 tablespoons, do 2, or do 3 tablespoons and 2 splashes of milk. And then you really want it that nice consistency like that. So it's by taste. I think 3 tablespoons with the powdered sugar is way too much. Right. So this is done. I'm gonna flip and we'll be right back. Okay, so I flipped the cake. Look how beautiful it is. Look how look. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, this part right here. That's okay. I pieced it back together. I knew it was gonna happen too. That's okay. Like I said, I didn't get to drive out to the woods to pray over it. I think that's what it really needed. But that's the magic of frosting. Frosting makes everything better. Okay, so what I did, so we're gonna glaze the cake. And Ashton, just shoot this side because it's so pretty. Okay, you know how you have a good side and a bad side? So this is the good side and this is the bad side. Like me, I have a right. My right's good, my left not so much. Okay, so you're gonna just take a skewer and you're gonna poke, I already did, you're gonna poke holes through the cake because then you're going to glaze it. If anybody has a magic to the Bundt cake, please help me. A pastry brush, and if you don't have one, you can just spoon it on. And you're gonna brush, ooh, that is pretty. You're gonna brush the glaze on the cake. That gives it a little extra. Give it a good stir. You still want that good consistency. You're just gonna pour it over the cake. And just pour it on. It doesn't matter how, just pour it. And then you're just gonna let it sit and then try not to eat it because it looks good. And Ashton, it tastes good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It tastes really good. I'm really happy how this turned out, except for the little, again, my Bundt pan, I think it hates me. I don't know what I did to it, but it personally hates me. I bet if I took this pan over to Andrea and she used it, it would be perfect. But the pan, I think it hates me. I don't know why. All I've done is love on it and prayed over it. It still hates me. Okay, so that is it, and it looks amazing. This side looks amazing. It's beautiful. So this is our Easter lemonade cake. You can garnish it with, if you have a zest of a lemon, you can garnish it and to make it look pretty. Mine needs a whole lot of help to make it look pretty, but that's okay. So this is my cake, and thanks for watching. There. We'll see you later.